Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about the idea of are you wearing too much makeup? And I'm not talking about are you wearing too much makeup in the vain sense like, oh, that's way too much makeup, it's too gaudy, or I'm more of a simple girl. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally the product on your face. Is there too much on your face? Can you get away with using less? And is it going to look as good if you use less? So I'm gonna do half of my face like a traditional way. I've done a video close like this, but I wanna get more into like caking and creasing and looking at texture and things like that to help determine whether or not you're wearing too much makeup and if you can get away with wearing less and have it look just as good or better. So that's what I'm gonna cover today. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with this half of my face doing like traditional where I'm just gonna apply foundation everywhere first, and then I'll start building my other makeup on top of it. The other half of my face, I'm gonna do the one layer makeup method. If you guys have been seeing my videos, you know what I'm talking about, where I'm only gonna place certain makeup products in certain places to create the overall full 3D foundation look, okay? So I'm gonna use this is my blush and bronzer brush. I like this brush for more of like a medium coverage. So I'm gonna go in with my highlight right here, and I'm gonna use the dense side of my brush and pounce into my cream product. That foundation everywhere, even around my eyes, everywhere, all right? I am not missing any places on this side, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna take a pot down my neck, like I normally would, and then up on my forehead. Okay, so I have got foundation on pretty much every inch of this half of my face, all right? So this is what you would normally see in like with traditional makeup. When it comes to this makeup, like I said, I typically do the one layer makeup method because this cream makeup is very, very pigmented and a little bit goes a long way. And since I've learned the one layer makeup method, I'm figuring why not use less makeup. Now that I've applied that, I'm gonna go in with my contour now. And you'll actually notice my color the foundation that I have is not the perfect shade for me. I have a shade that's a bit darker than mine. I think it's working for this video, but I'm actually ordering some more. So I'm gonna do my contour with the same brush, and I'm just gonna go in along my cheekbone. But you'll notice I'm pinching the bristles to create a more narrow surface area so I can create that cheekbone better. I'm just gonna blend that up. We can use a little bit more. So now I have foundation, and now I'm placing contour on that foundation, and I'm just blending it up my cheekbones, all right? See that? Now I'm gonna do my forehead, cross this over. All right, I'm gonna go and conceal under my eyes now, get rid of a little bit more of the darkness, and I've got a little bit of red spot here and some shadowing. So I'm gonna go in with my Aura highlight, which is this color right here, and dip in with my brush, and I'm go under my eyes. Now I'm going in and just concealing some of the blemishes that didn't quite get enough coverage that I want for this look. Now I'm going to go in and do this side, but I do want to note on this side kind of what's going on, at least from what I can see. As foundation goes, when you apply foundation all over, I still have a fairly light layer. But you'll notice underneath my eye, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's starting to do some crepiness. When it starts to get kind of crepey and there's a lot of texture going on, that is an indicator that you've got too much makeup in the area. Sometimes it's hard to get away from that, especially if we have dark circles or we suffer from melasma. But I'll show you what I do on this side that helps to eliminate those colors, but without having to worry about the crepiness and the gathering, because I'm going to set this makeup, but if I do not set this makeup, it will start to crease, it will start to crinkle, and it will start to gather around my eyes, around my mouth. Another area that you'll notice a lot of texture right here, even though I have diffused the makeup out, you'll see that it's gathered right around my mouth area. Any area that we have a lot of movement, like around our eyes and our mouth, there is going to be makeup. The makeup is going to gather around those areas. So those are some areas that we want to keep our makeup fairly light. But like when we get up to these areas, it's not as big of a deal because there's not a lot of movement. The only thing you're doing is smiling, and even then the muscles they're barely contracting compared to the movement around our eyes and our mouth. So over here, this should stay pretty well, but if you start to see your makeup starting to separate, one, it could be that you're wearing too much makeup in that area or you need to blend it out better, but two, it might be because you have the wrong color. So that's a kind of crazy thing about this makeup, and it sounds weird, but it's absolutely 100% accurate that if your makeup is starting to break apart or you're starting to see a lot of texture, it could be that you have the wrong color. But also look into how much makeup you are putting on and see if the color is too light, it's not going to diffuse and it's not going to spread and it's not going to blend, and a little bit is not going to go as long of a way as if you had the correct color. So keep that in mind. If the makeup is starting to cake and you feel like there's just an area where it's like building up, you definitely have too much makeup in that area. You probably don't need that much. So I'm gonna go in and do this side now. I'll zoom back out and show you how I do the 1-layer makeup method, and hopefully you guys can see the difference between the texture on this side as opposed to on this side. Now I'm going to go in with my blend brush. This is a light coverage brush, my favorite brush, and I'm going to go in with the same foundation highlight, but I'm going to only apply it in the areas that I feel like I need foundation, which clearly I need it right here, and I'll probably even have to do a little bit of concealer on there, but these are some areas that I'm going to apply it. Those are the only areas that I'm going to apply that foundation color. Now I'm going to go in with my brightening color and do my under eye, which again is this color right here. And I'm just going to spot treat the areas that need the coverage. I don't think that my whole under eye needs makeup. There's not discoloration under my whole under eye. And if you have the correct color and you are blending the cream makeup, it'll blend right into your skin, so you won't see like this major difference of skin texture with makeup texture. It's pretty incredible. That's the beauty about creams, is that it's just got the most natural like finish. I'm just going to take that right there on that outer edge. All right, I'm going to take some of that brightening color above, like you just saw. And you can see I'm pinpointing just the areas. But what this is going to do is, again, I'm doing the 1-layer makeup method. So I'm applying foundation here, concealer here. I'm going to put some contour here and some blush here. But there's parts of my face on this side that's not going to have any makeup on it whatsoever. That's really crucial. I know that's kind of scary for those of you that have never tried this or seen this before, but I promise you with this cream makeup, it is absolutely doable, and nobody can tell that there's parts of your face that doesn't have makeup on it. It just looks beautiful. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm trying to see if I can see any spots underneath. Now I'm gonna go in with my contour and just apply it up top like I did on the other side. I need to warm my contour up. I feel like it's getting a little stiff. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of contour here. Now I have some like melasma and freckling right here. That doesn't bother me. If you do have that on your face, you can certainly put the foundation on that area as well if it does bother you. But when I apply my contour and just blend it up, I feel like it all just kind of comes together. And sometimes I'll take my contour up right here along my hairline to help blend in with the freckling. And I use that freckling and melasma to my advantage as kind of like a natural contour. Now I'm going to apply blush on both sides. We'll start with this one. I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup now. I'm going to use my setting spray, and then I'm going to go in with some powder afterwards under my eyes. And if you don't like spraying the setting spray directly to your face, spray it on your brush and just pat it along your face. I also love the technique when I'm applying my foundation or my under eye brightening color, contour, any of that. I like to spray this on my brush as I'm blending it in, because I feel like it just sets the makeup better, and I don't know, I just really love that technique. Now I'm going to go in with some setting powder for my under eyes. Putting setting powder under your eyes is kind of tricky when you're about 30, 35 plus, because your skin is starting to get a little bit crepier, a little bit thinner. There's a little bit more texture. So you want to be really, really sparing on the powder that you do. I simply use the powder, yes, of course, to set the makeup under my eyes so that it doesn't crease in the cracks and the crevices and the wrinkles, but also a lot of it has to do with to reduce the shine that's under my eyes, because I have a tendency to get eye bags, and the shinier it is, the more evident those eye bags can be. and the uneven skin, I guess you could say. But when I put powder on, it helps to eliminate that, and sometimes I'll just take some extra powder in any areas that I feel just need a little bit, just a little bit of love, but not very much. And this is a translucent setting powder that I use. This is by Makeup Forever. I'm running out of it. I've had it for years. I'm gonna do some eyeshadow, and then I'll come back and finish this video up for you and see if you guys can really spot the differences with either side. All right, guys, so this side is one layer makeup method. This side is traditional makeup. This side I can already just see the makeup texture. I'll zoom in again. This side I can see a lot more makeup texture in person. This side is definitely more natural. They both look beautiful in their own right, but if you are struggling with creasing or caking or separating or anything like settling, then you know that you probably have too much makeup, or you need to take a look at the shade that you're using. Just an FYI for your future buying. It doesn't take a lot of makeup, guys, to make your face just look and feel fresh and beautiful and blemish free and just really, really gorgeous. So anyway, this is again one layer makeup side. This is traditional, and I wanted you guys to see how you can apply makeup where you're not putting too much on and you can avoid layers. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys next week with another video. I hope you guys have a great Sunday.